Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel, G. Parker Artworks. I'm happy to have you here with me today. If you haven't been here before, I hope you enjoy it. I do some kinds of tutorials, not a lot of tutorials, kind of do more of a here, watch me paint. And mostly it's been watercolor. I'm hoping to add some acrylic this next couple of months. But anyway, today I'm going to attempt a peacock. I just returned from a trip to the Caribbean, and one of the stops was Fort Lauderdale, on your way out. And we stopped at the Flamingo Gardens, which is pretty cool. And they had all sorts of peacocks roaming around and making their strange call to each other. But I had several pictures of them, and so I'm going to try and do this one that was kind of walking in the walkway. They were everywhere. They were in the trees. It was amazing. I mean, it's not like I haven't seen peacocks before, but you just don't generally see them trotting around. So anyway, it was cool. But so I'm going to endeavor to do this peacock. And I don't do a lot of sketching ahead of time, so if you're wondering what in the heck, I just kind of start where I think it's going to fit, and I go from there. Their tails are just amazing. And every once in a while we could get one to open up. Usually when they were trying to show off. But it was kind of funny because it was apparently mating season for a lot of the different animals, and you weren't allowed to feed the flamingos, which was sad because my friends that we'd gone with, she is a big flamingo fan, and she'd hoped to be able to feed them, but no, that didn't work. But we could still see them. There wasn't that many there. I thought we would see a whole bunch of flamingos, but there wasn't very many. Weren't very many there. So she was a little disappointed on that, but it ended up being okay. We got to see crocodiles, and those are scary things up close. You're like, seriously, you look like a dinosaur. Because they do. They have that scaly skin, and it's just crazy. I haven't done a lot of peacocks. I did kind of like I used to do them on a face painting, but I did one last year on a cruise for our room steward, because he was from India and was going back home. And India has this big thing about peacocks. So as a kind of a good luck type thing, so I painted him a little peacock to take home and wish him all the best in his endeavors and marriage. But that was the first time I really tried to paint one. So, and that was kind of more from mind's eye type thing, not one from a photograph I'd taken or whatever. Well, that didn't go quite like I'd. It's a little bit better. Okay, and as you've discovered possibly in watercolor, you have layers of colors. And see if I can blend some of this in, because this is the inside of the feathers that are so too wet, so we'll just kind of blend those a little bit. I don't like how that worked. And it was funny because the ends of the tails are just these little Y things. Almost like a fringe. And I'm going to do a little bit of light green in here too. Since it's still wet, we're going to do a little bit of that. I don't know that I made it long enough, but okay, it is what it is. Okay, now I'm going to try these later and see if they bleed a little bit more since it's wet. I'm using my number 4 kind of rounded thing, so I like how it's kind of a multi-purpose brush. Trying to decide how I want to do. I've got this lighter teal color, and I'm trying to decide how to create that so that it works with the green. See if it'll bleed into that a little bit. Because that's that little thing that kind of makes it the peacocky look, is dots in the feathers. I'm going to add a little color up here. And interesting enough, he's got this little bit of color back here, which is interesting. And I don't think I've quite got this the way I want it. And I think the head's dry. And the eye is actually kind of a white in there. So I'm going to do my little white pen. And I think I'm going to do white on the tail, since we're experimenting. And this is, oops, pardon me. Hope that didn't make you sick. Okay, I'm gonna do just a little, oh my goodness. That was not, well, we had to try and do some repair to that, and I don't know. That was rather unexpected to have that white just blob out like that. So we'll see how that goes. But I was thinking I have some paint that's kind of sparkly, and I cannot find it. Hopefully I will later. Okay, I'm gonna try this little dot. I think the paint's dried. There. A little bit of white here. A little bit of white in the tail. I don't know. That's kind of what we've got today. But thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe so you know next time I do another video, and be sure and give me a thumbs up. That would be great, and see you next time.